Well, I love the fall time of the year, and I love visiting my friends over in Bruce and Grey counties, Ontario. Located on Lake Huron in the Georgian Bay, it's a paradise of scenic beauty, and it's Mother Nature's wonderland. Now, we've taken you across the Midwest on cars and trains and boats and planes, but we've never taken you there on motorcycles, and that's about to change today. I'll be turning the hosting duties over to a good friend of mine in Bruce County, and he'll take you on a tour of the Grey Bruce. And although I won't be there personally, I'll be enjoying it with you as I tell you the story. Okay, Chris, show us what we've missed.
Grey Bruce was created by Mother Nature, and we think she owned a motorcycle, or so they say. Bound by Lake Huron to the west and the Georgian Bay to the north, there is a ton of coastline to ride. Combine it with the Beaver Valley, Blue Mountain, Sauble Beach, and the Bruce Peninsula, all located about 3 hours north of Port Huron, Michigan, and you've got the perfect weekend ride with your crew. When Grey Bruce was originally surveyed to have its roads built, the surveyors must have been motorcycle owners too. The county and municipal roadways are well surfaced, free of city traffic and attitude, and some are nice and twisty. They meander and crisscross through river valleys, over the Niagara Escarpment, and along some of Canada's most beautiful shoreline. Who says the shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line? Get your buddies together, don your leathers, and ride the Grey Bruce. We started the day at the Talisman's Resort and headed out for a hearty breakfast. As you can see, nobody here is shy when it comes to digging into a delicious breakfast.
We're going to miss you on this ride, Tom. I wish you would have got your bike license a little sooner so you could have made it with us. But this ride's going to be really, really neat. We're going to start in the Beaver Valley in the sort of the southeast corner of Grey County. So if you're coming up from Port Huron, Michigan, you come straight up 21 and then cut across the bottom of Grey Bruce over to the Beaver Valley. Then we ride on up to Georgian Bay, up to Meaford, Walters Falls, into Owen Sound, to Inglis Falls. And then we ride up a very scenic Grey Road 1 into Wyerton, where your favorite statue is, the home of Wyerton Willie. Can't miss that. And then we go from Wyerton up to Lion's Head and spend the night. And that's a great place to spend the night at Tailor Made Bed and Breakfast. And then we head on up to Tobermory and we catch the ferry. Now, a couple options there. You can either take the ferry across to Manitoulin and sort of do your Lake Huron Circle Tour, which is a really big ride, or you can come back down and ride the Lake Huron shore that we're going to do on the second day of this ride. So, a lot of fun. There's some phenomenal riding here. We've got the goods. We've got our map. We're not going to get lost. And it shows us all the good roads. And this little handy brochure here lists all the best roads to ride. So we're not going to waste our time on any busy highways or anything. We're going to stick to the back roads, and we're going to have a great time. So what do you say we get at it?
Super, yeah.
Sorry, Tom, you couldn't be here, but we're going to have fun without you, don't worry.
Let's play.
Let's do it.
Thanks, Chris, but I'll be there next time. Now let's get the show on the road. You didn't have to tell these guys twice. They were jumping on their bikes and ready to hit the road.
Great Getaways has seen a lot of Grey Bruce over the years. We've seen our lighthouses, our waterfalls, our awesome hiking trails. This time we're going to do a spectacular fall ride starting in the Beaver Valley with some of my closest friends here on these beautiful machines. So what do you say we get going, guys? Let's ride.
As Chris and the rest of the gang left the Talisman's Resort, you could look around and just feel the adventure building. It was still early in the morning and there was a little nip in the air. It couldn't have been better if you personally planned it. The colors were incredible and the air crisp with just a hint of the Georgian Bay in the air. Before the morning was out, we'd be riding by the deep blue waters. But before we reached the shore, we'd see plenty of beauty along the way. We are now entering the Beaver Valley. I'll give you a road-by-road tour of our trip. As a matter of fact, you can find this trip and all the route details from a link on our website at greygetaways.tv. Out of Flesherton, we head east on Grey Road 4, then make a quick left onto Grey Road 13. This is the route that descends down into the Beaver Valley. In Eugenia, we'll stop to view the falls, which is one of the stops on the waterfall tour. For another quick side trip that immediately takes you back up the valley on a nice little twisty road, look for Grey Road 30. Head left past the Beaver Valley Ski Club, and when at the top, turn around and come back down to Grey Road 13. The famous Bruce Trail winds its way through the beautiful Beaver Valley for 89 kilometers past some of the most spectacular scenery and viewing points in the valley. The Bruce Trail is Canada's longest footpath and is a trip unto its own. Isn't it something? I just love coming here. Let's take a minute just to enjoy the spectacular color tour. Famous for its cliffs and meadows, providing gorgeous scenery for the artist or photographer, canoeing, kayaking, boating, and fishing on the Beaver River and Eugenia Lake, it also has miles of hiking, cross-country skiing, and downhill skiing at Beaver Valley Ski Club and the Talisman Mountain Resort. The Beaver Valley is a wonderful place to ride through. Running along the Niagara Escarpment, it's a never-ending forest of hardwood that make fall nature's palette of color. We have not even mentioned the roads. Grey Road 13, which runs through the bottom of the valley, is perhaps one of the best roads in the region that you'll ride. Heading north again on Grey Road 13, things start to really look good. The road becomes super windy almost all the way to Thornbury. Head east on Provincial Highway 26 to Blue Mountain Road. Turn right and cruise past the new village at Blue Mountain, and maybe pop in and check out the original motorcycle cafe at the village of Blue Mountain. Follow Grey Road 19 back up the escarpment to Scenic Caves Nature Adventures and check out the view from their awesome new suspension bridge. Moving down the road just a little way was a must stop at Grandma Lamb's. Every delicacy the fall has to offer is here. From pumpkins to cider and donuts, this is the place that you'll want to stop. And the gang sampled and bought everything in sight. Slow down, folks, we still have a lot of trip left. We would soon be coming to a town that holds the Guinness Book of World Records for the most scarecrows, Meadford, Ontario. The ride through town was enticing. Along the way, we decided to make our first stop at the Meadford Harbor to stretch our legs and grab a drink before heading back onto the road. At the mouth of the Big Head River, Meadford's waterfront attracts visitors now as it did in the day of the native people and early settlers. From its dignified opera house to its whimsical Big Apple Information Center, the Golden Town shows many welcomes. Visitors may arrive by Highway 26, Meadford's main street, or by water to its sheltered harbor. Meadford is featured as one of 10 favorite locations in the book Beautiful Ontario Towns by Fred Dalms.
Well, guys, good ride this morning?
Yeah, great.
Awesome ride. Perfect roads,
Excellent.
good weather.
Excellent. Well, you've seen the Beaver Valley. We're now at the top of Irish Mountain. We'll go out and take a look at it in a moment. But just for our Michigan friends, I want to mention getting here to Grey Bruce, we recommend crossing Port Huron, Sarnia, the Blue Water Bridge, taking Highway 21 right up the shoreline into Grey Bruce. And also to let you know, you do not need a passport at the moment, secure identification, but check as we get into 2008. You may need a passport, but as of right now, you don't need a passport. Okay, well, what is there to see in Grey Bruce? Well, we've been doing roads through the Beaver Valley, right along the Niagara Escarpment, and we're sitting now right on top of Irish Mountain, looking out over Georgian Bay. So we'll walk out to the edge in a moment and look at that. But throughout Grey Bruce, we've got waterfalls, lighthouses, we've got lots of gardens, great twisty roads, as you've seen and will be seeing later on in your travels.
Here, here.
Super roads.
Lots of great places to eat, and I recommend Ted's Range Road Diner for lunch. So maybe after we're done here, you guys head down to Ted's for lunch. And also great places to sleep. We've got from bed and breakfast to hotels. A lot of them are bike friendly. And to find out more about those, go online to www.ridegraybruce.com or get a hold of our motorcycle map for the Grey Bruce area. So why don't we head out and take a look?
Super. Let's do it. Let's look.
Well, it was back on the road again, but this time it would be to have lunch at a place that is suitably called Ted's Range Road Diner. Ted's is a favorite spot for motorcycle groups, as the outside appears to be similar to a place you might get your bike fixed, not eat. Ted served up a wide range of delicacies including elk, whitefish, and even alligator.
So we're out on the bikes and we're here at Ted's with Ted. Thanks for lunch.
You're very welcome.
Incredible as always. Tell us, if people are out and about on their bikes, tell us about Ted's.
Well, it's a great spot to come to on the bikes. It's a nice road and a nice tour to get here. It's all paved. There's a great lookout up the road there that you went at and enjoyed the beautiful view of Georgian Bay and Meaford, and you can see all the way to Collingwood and across to Christian Island. So there's a nice view there. The food at Ted's, I'm told, is very good. I work really hard at making fresh. Everything that I can is fresh and homemade. And it's just a good spot to tour to at any time of the year, except for, of course, the winter time, and then you can put away your bike and come on a snowmobile.
And I've done that too.
Yeah, you have.
Do you how many bikes do you get in? Do a lot of people frequent here?
Yeah, and especially on Sundays. Like Sunday's a big tour day for the bikes, and lots of them, all kinds of nice ones like this one right here.
This is my bike, by the way.
That's a nice one. I get a lot of guys cruising up. On Wednesday night there's live music. Lots of local musicians come out here, and there's some incredible talent in this area that, I've had the pleasure of supplying a spot for them to come and play, and they've made me famous.
Inglis Falls is a must-stop on any tour through Grey County. We've been here before on other shows, but never on a motorcycle. Its easy access of Grey Road 18 makes it the perfect picture stop. From Grey Road 18, turn left into Inglis Falls Road. Signage will direct you to the entrance of Inglis Falls Conservation Area. Like many waterfalls in one, the Sydenham River cascades over limestone shelves of an 18-meter cliff that is part of the Niagara Escarpment in the southeastern part of Owen Sound. Viewed from any angle, Inglis Falls gives a panorama of rock, water, and rural landscapes that are truly spectacular in any season. It's off to gas up and cruise around the scenic city of Owen Sound. While cruising the main street, we just happened to run into some riders from Michigan. Of course, we stopped to chat.
Welcome to Grey Bruce.
Well,
Pleasure
good to be
you
here.
guys. Where are you guys from?
Down by Detroit suburbs. Yeah, Beverly Hills, Romeo.
Are you doing the Lake Huron tour?
We are doing Lake Huron. Yeah, we started over in Cadillac. I went up to Cadillac, Traverse City area, Mackinac, and we've had a great trip. A little rainy, but today is absolutely gorgeous. Started at about 40 degrees, and what is it now?
Yeah.
70 something. So it's been a great ride.
Cool. And you came across on the Chichimon?
We came across on the Chichimon. It was a great ride. It was a little bumpy, but not too bad. And it was a good crossing. Cool.
What do you think of the Grey Bruce area so far?
Well, we love it up here. I mean, the colors are in some areas are just spectacular, and other areas, it's a little early yet, but today it's just gorgeous. You can't beat it. We've tried to run as close to the water as we can get. Yeah. And we just got down here and got to our hotel in Owen Sound and took a little ride out of town, out along the water. It was gorgeous out there. We found a couple little back trails by those big bluffs down on the south side of town that were kind of interesting. And now we're going to the restaurant.
Right on. Well, we've got some maps for you. We've got some really detailed bike maps of the area we'll give you guys, and take some of the guesswork out of riding, and we'll put you on the best roads, some of the roads we rode today.
Oh, super. We're kind of heading for home tomorrow, and we'll be looking for roads.
Good.
Yeah. And kind of make our decision as we go along, so any map always helps out.
Great. Perfect.
Super.
Easy.
Thanks.
The roads just keep getting better. As we head out along the Georgian Bay towards Wyerton along Grey Road 1, The road follows the shoreline past several cottage communities and frequent glimpses of the bay. Wyerton, famous for Canada's favorite weather prognosticating groundhog, Wyerton Willie. Willie makes his home along the shore in this picturesque community and emerges each February 2nd to give his prediction. Anyone who rides a motorcycle always whispers an early spring in his ear. We would continue up the coast to the very tip and take a trip on the Cheecheman Ferry. Majestically carving through scenic Georgian Bay, the MS Cheecheman is the largest passenger car vessel on the Great Lakes. Completing the 30-mile route between Tobermory and South Baymouth in less than 2 hours, the Big Canoe, as it is known in native Ojibwe, can transport 638 passengers and 143 cars. Passengers can purchase light meals, snacks, and refreshments or browse for souvenirs and crafts in the boutique gift shop. While on board, passengers can learn more about the unique region through Parks Canada experts.
Well, the Cheecheman, it's the largest passenger ferry on the Great Lakes. It carries approximately 86,000 vehicles, 230,000 passengers each year between Tobermory and Manitoulin Island. And of those vehicles, obviously motorcycles are becoming an ever-increasing component of that. And as a matter of fact, in the last 5 years, the motorcycle traffic on board the ferry has increased by 40% just in the last 5 years alone. So it's increased to the point where we're actually looking at ways that we can carry more motorcycles on board. Currently we're able to carry 36 with tie downs, and that's on the car deck itself, which takes up vehicle space. So we're looking at actually utilizing the drop-down McGregor ramps and putting motorcycles up there.
Now, the ferry plays an important role, especially if you're from Michigan, to do the loop.
Yeah, very popular circle route coming from Michigan up through, where there's Highway 21, up through the southern Ontario and then back around through Sault Ste. Marie, or vice versa going the other way as well. But we do notice a lot of groups coming through making that route.
What about riding on the island?
Riding on the island is great. Well, most of the roads on the island now are paved, if not all, and very scenic. The North Shore side of it, Highway 6 up on the east side of the island, just panoramic view. It's gorgeous and nice rides.
Tobermory is the perfect place to park the bike and wander around the harbor with a giant ice cream or a beaver tail. All of the tour boats depart from here, so jump aboard for a tour of the famous Flower Pot Island and the shipwrecks. A brand new visitor center complete with a 60-foot viewing tower has been constructed here for you, the visitor. Let's go check it out.
Ethan, we're at a beautiful spot. Tell us where we are.
We're standing up on top of the tower of the new Parks Canada Visitor Center here in Tobermory. We're about 20 meters off the ground and surrounded by lush forests and nice deep blue water. So,
what's out behind us here? There's some islands.
You bet. This is Fathom 5 National Marine Park. You can see it's got about 22 islands in the marine park, ranging from Cove Island, which is over there with a huge, beautiful lighthouse, to a very famous Flower Pot Island off this way.
Now, this park is a huge chunk of real estate on the peninsula. How big is it really?
Well, Bruce Peninsula National Park right now is about 115 square kilometers, and it's growing as we add properties to the park. So it's the last big chunk of wilderness in southern Ontario.
Cool.
Set beneath the majestic Niagara escarpment, this little lighthouse has endured more hardship than the mariners it guided. The first light was established in 1903 and was rebuilt several times due to the harsh conditions of the Georgian Bay. Automation in 1969 finally replaced the attractive structure with a metal post and light until a group of high school students built a replica model that stands in its place today. The light once again guides boats safely back into this beautiful port. Heading back down the Bruce Peninsula, we met up with our friends Barb and Dave, who run a bike-friendly B&B in Lions Head. They have indoor storage, a biker breakfast, and knowledge about riding the Grey Bruce like no other. You never know, they might even go for a ride with you.
You guys cater specifically, among other groups, but to bikers.
Yes,
Tell us
we
about
do.
why. Why would two-wheeled fanatics stop here?
We have indoor parking for your bikes. We enjoy bikers.
Since we bike ourselves.
Since we ride ourselves, and we understand, you want to have a nice, comfortable place to sleep and be welcomed, and we've been turned away from a couple of places ourselves. As roll up on a bike and sorry, we're full, or do you have a reservation? So we're just trying to change that a little bit.
That's great. And I hear a rumor that tomorrow we're going to experience the best breakfast on the Bruce.
That's not a rumor, that's the way it is. German breakfast from my side, since I'm German, and the Canadian part from Dave. So you can get whatever you want at the tailor-made bed and breakfast, and every day you can get something else.
Right on. So as people who live here and run a business here, what's so special about riding a motorcycle in Grey Bruce?
Well, we saw it today. Great roads, great people, great places to eat, great weather. Weather is always good here.
Yeah, just the place to be, not too far away from the big bus, so always just out for a little run.
Let's go bed down.
Okay.
Yeah, well, you have to choose your rooms now, and that's a lot of them. So.
The Daytona Beach of the North. Sauble Beach in itself is a destination where you can cruise the strip all day. Where else can you ride your bike on the beach for 4 miles? Bruce Road 13 takes you north from Highway 21 and winds its way along the many cottages that dot the shoreline. When you hit the only set of traffic lights, turn left towards the beach and get your picture taken under the Sauble Beach sign. Over 11 kilometers of pure golden sand embrace the clean, warm waters of Lake Huron. Everyone goes to Sauble. Grandparents, families, teenagers, singles, and lovers from near and far. Sauble was voted the #1 beach in Ontario by Toronto Star in 2002, and in 2004 was named one of the top 10 beaches in Canada by Maclean's magazine. Southampton. This historic maritime town is the starting point for the Bruce Coast Lighthouse Partners that you've probably seen on other Great Getaways episodes. Completing the entire lighthouse tour on a motorcycle is just another great adventure. Be sure to ride the shore road between Southampton and the next beach town of Port Elgin. Many twists and turns will provide great views over Lake Huron. All of these great Yamaha V-Star motorcycles were provided by Bill and his crew. Bill is passionate about his bikes. So much so, he helped build the world's first school bike that holds 6 people.
If someone for the first time was thinking about getting their license and getting a motorcycle, what would they look for?
Today's bikes, regardless of the make or model, they're all very, very reliable. So it's not critical in that size. What you want to do is you want to find a bike that is well suited, that you feel comfortable on. Typically, some of the smaller 650, 700cc size would be an entry-level bike, and I'd highly recommend that you likely go take some type of a registered program. So that you learn the basics properly. It's an incredible experience.
Nadia, we've seen you ride, and you're a good rider, but the question is your food as good as your riding?
Absolutely. My food is awesome. You want to try?
Tell us about Harley Blues. This is a really cool place. You've done a lot with it, just the name itself. Why did you call it Harley Blues Cafe?
Ride a motorcycle, and I don't know, it's just Harley Blues Cafe. It's cool. I ride a Harley, love the blues, and this is a place for hanging out where fan of motorcycle and people who rides bike will come here and have just a great time. The food is fabulous.
This has been one incredible trip, but don't make the same mistake I did. Be prepared for the trip of a lifetime. You can get a free guide to ride the Grey Bruce system by calling the number on your screen. It's a great addition no matter how you take the trip, whether it's by bike, car, or boat. If you'd like information right away, you can go to our website and find a link to everything that was covered on today's show. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week as we discover another great getaway.
Hey Tom, can I have my bike back?
Hey, I took that care.